Let me state right out the outset that the size of government does need to shrink. That's not what this is about today. And again, for the record, for the report, a few stats to roll in. 2012 to 2025, the public service increased by 30%. That same time period, AAFC declined by 14%. In a more narrower time frame, 2015 to 2024, the federal service increased 40%, while AAFC employees grew by 11%, while the economy grew 3%. Ag and agri-food is our largest manufacturing sector, bigger than auto, bigger than mining. So the focus of my questioning is about process and about priority setting. So I'll begin with you, Monsieur Bai. You talked about this, that there was a lack of consultation. Can you elaborate? From your bio, you have been through different restructuring processes. Is it in your experience and from your opinion that one disregards the recent history on the changes within an organization and then does across-the-board cutting as being the most effective for the best interests of a country?
I would say that across-the-board cutting is not a good idea, sir. I think it actually is very counterproductive. I think there should have been a little bit more thought put in the process. I understand things were rushed, but the lack of consultation is resulting in what we're seeing today, and that's really too bad. So I would say we've approached this in a way that's not very conducive to keeping our economy growing and keeping our country strong in the way we are saying we want it to be.
I think Mr. Epp had it right in the previous round when the previous witnesses were here. This is about priorities. And if agriculture and agricultural research is a priority, you wouldn't necessarily need to cut it. It's got nothing to do with streamlining or being more efficient because those consultations were never done. This came out of the blue. So there was no planning or strategic plan that's being followed here where the industry and everybody else is paying attention. What we have is actually a government now that's lost control of its spending, and it has since the change in government in 2015. There hasn't been anything even remotely close to a balanced budget, and we're billions of dollars away. The global environment has changed where it looks like it's going to be even harder to get there. So now in a panic frenzy to balance the budget, the government, rather than actually doing something strategic, is actually doing what I would call just silly things. So last year, $19 billion on consultants by this government under AAFC. That's $16 million alone just in the last couple of years. AAFC climate funding, the off-CAF money that's been spent, $700 million. I mean, that would fund all of these research centers for decades if they were allowed to, but that money's been spent and it doesn't look like there's any return on the investment there. International development, $22 million on beans for women empowerment in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm sure that's bringing our wheat producers in central Alberta a lot of comfort and joy. $8.2 million on gender-just low-carbon rice in Vietnam. I'm sure that the pork producers in central Alberta that are just hanging on by the skin of their teeth appreciate that investment. The cricket factory, AFC, now gave a bankrupt cricket factory company, Aspire Food Group, $8.5 million. FCC funded it for over $40 million and has only recovered about $15 million. So the Government of Canada has been funding protein replacements, trying to actually replace pork and beef producers with another form of technology, and that's been a boondoggle. It's almost as bad as the battery boondoggles that are happening. So I could go on and on, Mr. Bonk, but I'm not going to get a chance to do so. I've got about a couple hundred more of these examples.